Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike. Now, if you're still in your home country and you're thinking about retiring here to the Philippines, you've probably been doing what I used to do. Spending hours on YouTube, watching video after video, trying to learn everything that you can about life here in the Philippines. And honestly, YouTube is one of the best tools for that. Before I ever set foot in the Philippines, I got most of my information from YouTube channels and from expats who are already living here to Filipinas giving local insights. But here's the thing, not all YouTube channels are created equal. Today, I want to take a look at some of the different kinds of channels out there, the good, the bad, and the downright dishonest. That way, if you're planning to move here, you can separate fact from fiction and make a better, more informed decision. Because while there are YouTubers who are honest, who share accurate information, even if it means they get fewer views, there are also plenty who will bend the truth as much as they can just to make a buck. Some of these channels don't care whether what they're saying is true or not. As long as the video gets views, clicks, and ad revenue, that's all that matters. And then there's clickbait. You know what I'm talking about, those titles and thumbnails that are designed to make you click only for you to realize later that the actual video has little or nothing to do with what was promised. I don't know about you, but when I fall for clickbait, I usually end up feeling disappointed. You click expecting something juicy or controversial, and instead you get something completely ordinary. So what I'm hoping to do in this video is help you steer clear of the misinformation, the clickbait, the half-truths, and the flat-out lies, and help you find the channels that are actually worth your time. Now, before we dive in, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's start off with something that caught my attention recently. I watched a video from a Filipino vlogger. She's in her mid-20s, very attractive and quite popular. About a year ago, she made a video that may or may not have been clickbait, and the title suggested that it was a juicy topic. Now that's a secret just between you and I, so don't tell anyone that I told you that. Now before I reveal the title, let me tell you what she actually said in the video. She started by asking, why do so many foreigners want to retire to the Philippines? Then she went through some very reasonable answers. The tropical beauty of the country, the affordable cost of living, and yes, the fact that many young Filipinas are open to dating older foreigners. She also pointed out something important, that foreigners need to be smart and careful with their money, and that adapting to Filipino culture isn't as hard as many people think. Now, I watched her video all the way through from start to finish. She talked about relationships, culture, and lifestyle. At no point did she ever talk about anything inappropriate or sexual. So what was the title of her video? Cover your kids' ears. The title was, Foreigner Loves Eating Out Young Filipinas. Have I done that? Maybe. Now, when I first saw that, I have to admit that my mind went straight to the gutter. I thought, okay, well, what kind of video is this going to be? But then I watched it and it became clear that she was probably talking about foreigners taking young Filipinos out to dinner. So maybe she meant to title it, Eating Out with Young Filipinas. A little different meaning, right? Now, was it clickbait? Maybe. I can't read her mind, so I don't know if she did it intentionally. But what I do know is that the video has gotten 388,000 views so far, her second most watched video. And that's really my point. Clickbait works Titles that garner attention, and that's why so many YouTubers use them, even if it means stretching the truth a little or a lot. Or stretching a certain body part so you can get your tongue in a little further. Now let's talk about something related. Let's say that you're an older foreign man doing your homework on YouTube and you're researching videos about how to spot scamming Filipinas on dating apps. You come across two videos, one hosted by an older foreign guy who looks like this, and one hosted by a young, attractive Filipina. Be honest, which one are you more likely to click on? For most guys, the answer is easy. You'll probably pick the one with the Filipina. The reality is that most men can absorb the information while enjoying the view. And YouTube's algorithm knows that. It rewards videos that keep people watching longer. But here's the downside. Sometimes those attractive thumbnails or clickbait titles distract you from what really matters, the accuracy of the information. Now let's shift gears and talk about the more serious side of this. There are channels that don't just bend the truth, they completely fabricate things. There's one channel, for example, that a few other YouTubers have accused of making up fake emails for the purpose of getting additional clicks. I'm not going to name any names because there's no solid proof. But if those emails are fake, then that means that that entire channel is built on deception just to get more views and make more money. And it doesn't stop there. I recently saw a report that the NBI, that's the National Bureau of Investigation here in the Philippines, is actually looking into some YouTubers for spreading fake news and misinformation for profit. So yeah, some of this stuff isn't just dishonest, it's also illegal. That's why it's so important, especially if you're thinking of moving here, to be careful about which channels that you support. You want to make your decisions based on real information, not on exaggerated stories or misleading headlines designed to make someone else money. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great YouTubers out there who are doing it right. They give you honest, balanced perspectives on life here in the Philippines, the good and the bad. And those are the creators that you should support, because at the end of the day, moving to another country is a big decision. It's not something that you want to base on half-truths or sensationalism. So if you're using YouTube as your research tool, and you should, just make sure that you're getting your information from sources that you can trust. That's really all I wanted to get across in this video. There's a lot of good content on YouTube about the Philippines, but there's also a lot of noise. Learn to tell the difference. And remember, if the title sounds too wild or too crazy to be true, it probably is. So try to discern between the reality and the YouTube clickbait and lies. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching. Maybe my channel is not as exciting as the bogus tubers that are out there, but at least I'm keeping it real. And as always, stay smart, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless and peace out.